Right now, public health officials look to curb illegal dumping in Madison and Dane County. What you can do to help.
Also, 2 people wake up just in time to escape a house fire overnight in Beaver Dam.
And later, a Wisconsin police officer rushes to the aid of some trapped cows as their barn goes up in flames. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Many of you in the Madison area have been asking for the rain, and today Mother Nature delivered in a big way for some. This is video from Fitchburg earlier this afternoon.
You can see the wind tearing through the trees as the rain pelts the ground. Since then, showers have been on and off throughout the day. For more on these storms and what's next, let's check the first warn forecast now with Julian Seawright.
Well, what's next is that we have sunshine on our weather patio. It's funny to believe that just the last 15 minutes ago, we were looking at some rain, but it's starting to exit its way out of Dane County, moving at a northeasterly track. A lot of that cluster of showers and even thunderstorms are starting to move their way out of southern Wisconsin as it continues to move just about northeast. But over the next several hours, we are going to be looking at it to be rather the same. By that, I mean it's going to be a quiet night for us. Might start to see a bit of some pop-up showers, but nevertheless, we're not looking for too much in terms of storm conditions heading into the rest of tonight. So now that the storms are over, looking at our local storm reports, we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings that were issued. Mainly, there were high winds. You can see from that video over towards Fitchburg, we're looking at just blankets of sheets of rain that were moving throughout much of southern Wisconsin that impacted our area with one report of some hail. But nevertheless, it wasn't large hail, small hail for us here in Madison. But nevertheless, tonight we're looking at temperatures to be rather comfortable. Lower 60s are expected, some clear skies. That's going to lead for tomorrow being into the lower 80s, many of us into the lower 70s or even upper 70s as well. So we're looking for Thursday to be perfect, but it's not going to be the only day. We'll talk about what other beautiful days are ahead in just a few moments. Until then, over to you.
All right, Julian, and those of you looking forward to the 40th season of Concerts on the Square are going to have to wait at least one more day. This as the weather pushed back the first concerts of the Square of the year once again. The Contrast Show will now be scheduled for 7 tomorrow night on the Capitol Square. The third time now that plans have had to change for the start of the season. Last week's scheduled show, Viva Tiempo Libre, was postponed last Wednesday and Thursday due to concerns about poor air quality. And that'll be rescheduled to a later date this summer. When dumped into our waterways, liquids like motor oil, gasoline, carpet cleaner, they all can have some serious environmental impacts.
Madison and Dane County public health officials are reminding residents of those impacts and how to avoid contributing to the problem. Kyle Pozorski explains.
It all trickles down from first impacting our rivers and our lakes, and then ultimately could potentially impact our drinking water.
It's easy to spot. Illegal dumping can come in many forms. Take a look at these pictures the county gave us showing liquid leaking from a dumpster and carpet cleaner being dumped into a storm drain. If dumped, ammonia degreasers and other cleansers can exit the sewer system in high enough amounts to kill some plants and organisms.
They can be carried, and that's untreated material. And that gets carried whenever it rains into the closest waterway.
Some of the most common offenders of illegal dumping are automotive repair shops dumping motor oil or gasoline.
Businesses are more likely to have repeat offenses to this sort of thing.
But it's not just businesses which contribute. In Dane County, you can help put a stop to the dumping by using a website by Public Health to report dumping violations.
You'll give us some basic details about what you saw and when, and we can investigate those. It's possible they don't even understand how what they were doing could hurt our environment.
She says that's why Public Health is continuing their work to help people understand what they're doing to stop further dumping.
Whether it's a business or an individual, just understanding that impact is where public health comes in.
In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
If you do notice someone illegally dumping in Madison and Dane County, here are the steps you can take to report them. Just go to cityofmadison.com/report-a-problem. Then look for illegal discharge or storm sewer dumping. You can upload a video and description of what you saw to help city officials find the people responsible.
Cleanup continues after that train derailment in Dodge County yesterday afternoon. Our Sky 3 drone captured this video of workers preparing to repair some of the damaged tracks. That incident happened just before 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, just west of Reeseville, about 45 minutes northeast of Madison. Officials say no hazardous materials spilled out when the 29 cars derailed. Canadian Pacific said the cars were carrying wheat, seed, and bentonite clay. No injuries were reported. Dodge County officials are still trying to determine what caused that derailment.
To an update now of a story we reported yesterday along the Wisconsin-Minnesota border. 3 relatives who went missing in the waters of the Vermilion and Mississippi rivers Monday have been found dead. Authorities learned a family gathered on an island when 3 members in the river started to struggle. A man in the group who was fishing jumped in to save them. He pulled his adult daughter from the river, then went back in after 2 other relatives. He and those 2 relatives never resurfaced.
Months of debate came to an end at the state capitol this morning as Governor Tony Evers signed the next 2-year budget into state law. During a news conference this morning, though, the governor announced a series of line item vetoes to strike out parts of the Republican-authored budget that he objected to, and that included part of a tax cut that would impact the state's top income earners, but also cuts to the University of Wisconsin system. Governor Evers had previously called those cuts a, quote, poison pill.
There are those who would have me veto the entire budget, to send the legislature back to the drawing board and ask them to start from scratch. Vetoing this entire budget would mean abandoning priorities and ideas that I've spent 4 years advocating for.
Republicans wanted to cut 188 diversity, equity, and inclusion positions from the UW system, but the governor blocked that this morning. Some of the funding cuts to the system will, however, remain. Also happening today, the Ho-Chunk Nation swearing in new and returning leadership. The incoming president, along with 5 legislators, 3 tribal court judges, and a tribal Supreme Court justice took the oath of office. The officials begin their 4-year term in the wake of the COVID pandemic, which disrupted the tribal economy and triggered a decline in the tribal workforce.
The Wisconsin State Patrol plans to conduct aerial speed enforcement operations in Dane County tomorrow. Enforcement efforts will focus on Interstate 3990. The State Patrol says it's easier for law enforcement to spot speeding and aggressive drivers. The Madison Police Department and the Dane County Sheriff's Office have also announced additional efforts to crack down on speeders, drunk drivers, and those not wearing seatbelts.
Firefighters in Madison responding to several fires around the city yesterday. Many of those fires are believed to have been caused by fireworks. Crews were called to at least 7 fires throughout the day. All but 1 showed clear evidence that fireworks were involved. 3 of the calls were for grass fires on Atticus Way, Old Camden Square, and at Maple Prairie Park. 3 other fires involved discarded firework materials that caught fire in a trash can. No word on if anyone was hurt in those fires. A Beaver Dam homeowner says he woke up in the middle of the night to his home of 45 years in flames.
Our Catherine Merck joins us live at the home to show us the damage. Catherine?
Eric and Charlotte, what was once household items to this family of 6 is now scattered across the lawn here. You can see on this street mattresses, desks, dressers, drawers, books, photographs, all these memories now covered in soot. Homeowner Larry Lloyd told me that on the 4th of July, he was grilling in his driveway. When he was done, he said he didn't see any of the fire and put the charcoal in the dumpster. A smaller fire broke out before he went to bed, but he said he was able to put it out and went to sleep, something he's telling others to be aware of when grilling.
Just be cautious. I mean, I let my memory lapse for a second, and now I'm paying the price. So just be careful. Follow your instincts and your knowledge. Don't ignore it.
The fire department is still investigating the cause of the fire. They came to at 1 o'clock this morning. The couple of 60 years who escaped this fire is going to share more of their story tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Reporting live from Beaver Dam, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Meanwhile, in Sturgeon Bay, police are releasing body camera footage showing an officer rescuing some cows from a barn fire. It happened on June 25th at around 6 o'clock in the morning when the officer saw black smoke coming from a barn. While investigating, he notices 2 of the 3 cows locked behind a gate. The officer is able to remove the lock and let the cows out before the fire could reach them. Authorities say that everyone was safe. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, News 3 Now investigates, looks into how the Madison Police Department handles fireworks citations.
But first, a 4th of July celebration in Wisconsin with some extra meaning as some of the dancing grannies return to the scene of an unthinkable tragedy.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 top Bobopedic mattresses like my budget-friendly Charm, my cool Synergy, my pressure-relieving Treasure, and my Lush mattress. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Save 11% on Menard's unbeatable selection of Atlas roofing products. Castlebrook, Briarwood, and Pinnacle shingles feature a limited lifetime warranty, up to 130-mile-per-hour wind warranty, and a super wide design for fast installation. Choose from 20 styles in stock, ready to take home today. Atlas shingles are made to protect and designed to impress. Save 11% on all Atlas shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 of my highly rated bedroom sets, like my 5-piece Tremont, my 4.5-star Spencer, my Farmhouse Foundry set, and my show-stopping Diva. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Today is National Workaholics Day. It's celebrated every year on July 5th, and it's a reminder to find ways to balance our work and professional lives. A recent survey by the National Occupational Safety and Health Administration says about 65% of working Americans say their job is a significant source of stress, and more than half of U.S. workers said that stress impacts their home life.
When you're not enjoying work as much, when you're starting to feel stress and anxiety, you're starting to, even on your personal time, be engaged in work time. You feel guilty for taking care of yourself. You feel guilty for taking time off. That's when you know you may have a problem that you need to address, and you may be a workaholic.
She encourages stressed workers to take days off for self-care, think about what their priorities outside of work, and strive to find harmony between the two.
It was a special 4th of July parade in Waukesha as some of the dancing grannies returned for the first time since the 2021 Christmas parade tragedy. 4 members of the group were killed when a car drove through the crowd. This year, the grannies received a standing ovation as they made their way down the parade route. Kathy Schmeling says it was time for her to turn tragedy into happiness.
Today is the first day that I've actually been back to the parade route to see where the car went through our grannies, and you know, where a couple of people passed. And I haven't been back here, so it was very emotional, but today is a day of building brand new memories.
Meanwhile, the 610 Stompers came all the way from New Orleans to walk alongside the grannies after the ladies accepted an invite to the Mardi Gras parade earlier this year. Still ahead, we meet some local kids who are no pushovers when it comes to disc golf, how they did at the Junior World Championship.
Plus, while fireworks can be fun to watch, they can become a nuisance when used late into the night. What Madison police are saying about handing out citations.
And the Madison area getting some much needed rain today, but what about the rest of the week? Julian with your complete forecast when we come back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. We've heard the same question from many of you over the long weekend. Why does it seem like the police don't respond to calls for illegal fireworks in Madison?
Our investigative team went digging for the answer. Here's what Braden Ross found out.
In Wisconsin, there's a general rule of thumb when it comes to fireworks. If it explodes or leaves the ground, it's illegal unless you're a professional. But illegal doesn't always mean it's punished. Here's why. Not everyone likes the sound of fireworks.
I remember hearing fireworks pretty late at night in my neighborhood. I totally get that. I respect it and understand where our residents are coming from.
Madison Police Lieutenant Ed Marshall says he's no stranger to firework calls on the 4th of July.
People who can't sleep, people who are concerned about the noise, either for themselves for any number of reasons, their pets as well.
But on a weekend like last, he says police are stretched thin.
You will see our share of disturbances and fights. There's definitely alcohol's a factor in a number of things that go on that day, from people on the road, people on the water.
Because of that, Marshall says firework complaints just aren't the highest priority. In fact, I looked at the data, and Madison police have only given out 17 citations in the last 5 years for illegal fireworks. Last year, they only cited people twice.
I'm not saying they're not important. That's someone's quality of life, and someone felt strongly enough to call us about it. If we're not going, there might be a more pressing concern elsewhere in their neighborhood or elsewhere in the city that we're trying to respond to.
It's not just the illegal fireworks that cause problems. The Madison Fire Department responded to multiple fires related to fireworks on the 4th. Many started by legal ones.
We're not saying that certain fireworks, just because they're illegal, means that they're safe. Right? It just means that they have less risk.
Fire Marshal Bill Sullivan says there is one surefire way to stay safe.
Leave the fireworks to professionals, right?
Madison police told me if they do end up responding to a firework complaint, they're usually able to resolve it for everyone by just asking the person setting them off to stop.
Meanwhile, some local kids are kings of the disc golf world right now after taking part in the Junior World Disc Golf Championship down in Peoria, Illinois. Of the 3 who competed, 2 of them took first place in their division. They are Genevieve Davis of Edgerton and Rylan Hogg of DeForest. Meanwhile, Patrick Yu of Madison just missed the top of the podium in his division, finishing in 2nd. The kids got to compete with players not just in the U.S., but also from all around the world, including Japan, Norway, and Mexico.
The World Championships, I feel, is always just really special because of it's the only time that all of the best juniors in the world are in one place, and we all get to meet each other and compete. And I think almost the community part of it and just getting to meet the other players it's as important as the actual tournament, I think.
The kids say this tournament was unlike any other, mostly because of the amount of weather delays they had.
Well, today, some severe weather delaying concerts on the square. At least the threat of it made them call it early today. Julian has a complete look at the forecast.
Well, the good news is we're looking for the storms to pretty much be over with. Anything that's going to be left for the rest of this evening will be some light showers or even some heavy rainfall for isolated areas. But nevertheless, we're going to be seeing things really take a pleasant turn for us by the time we get into tomorrow. We're talking about great weather finally for concerts on the square. It's been delayed time and time again, where we are expecting our forecast to hold up very nicely for us to really start to kick things off for us this summer. Otherwise, it's going to be quiet throughout the rest of the next couple of days heading into this weekend. But then for Sunday, we do have an opportunity for things to change for us. So getting into our forecast, you can see outside of our sky cam, skies are starting to clear. The sunshine is peering through. And as we get into our radars of right now, monitoring the situation with the rain, it's pretty much over with for us here in Dane County. Starting to exit its way into the northeastern side and parts just north of 94, making its way towards Beaver Dam. But even still, not a whole lot of lightning signatures are left within that cluster of showers and storms. So over the next 6 hours, might see a little bit of a shower, but nevertheless, things are going to stay quiet for us. If anything, we could start to see later into the evening hours around 9 to 10 o'clock for a resurgence just south and east of Madison. But for our friends to the south and west, north and west as well. Sorry, we're just not going to be seeing much in terms of rainfall for us over the next several days. But as we take a look at our local storm reports, the severe thunderstorm warnings that were firing off early this afternoon mainly were high wind events. We did have one report just to the west of Madison that gave in a little bit of hail, but nevertheless, really heavy rainfall and high winds were the biggest concern for any of the storms that fired off for us. You can see just around Dane County alone, many areas were estimated on our radar to see close to 2 inches of rainfall. And as many of us had experienced earlier today, it really was on a downpour. But you can see areas just north of us, like Columbia County and to the west, really didn't see much in terms of rain, and were spared by any rainfall from the last 24 hours entirely. So as we walk through the rest of our future track, getting into tonight, the skies are going to continue to clear. Temperatures are going to cool as well. We're going to be starting off our Thursday morning rather nicely into the middle 60s, heading into our lunchtime hour into the middle 70s. So it's going to be nice. It's going to stay that way throughout the course of our days. We may climb into the lower 80s for us, and it's going to be perfect weather for concerts on the square, as we're going to see plenty of sunshine, and as the sun starts to set, it gets even cooler heading into our Thursday night. So planning things out for us, we're going to be looking at a quiet night around southern Wisconsin, lower 60s, upper 50s. Planning out tomorrow, our high is going to be around 80 degrees, and again, plenty of sunshine on our backs, and that's going to be the theme for us heading into the weekend. We're looking at a trifecta of lower 80s, or at least near 80 degrees for us here in Madison. Warming up for Sunday, could see a shower, maybe even a possible isolated thunderstorm, but our best chance of rain goes into Monday, where we're going to see the upper 80s starting to heat back up. The next week, it's going to be much more favorable weather for us here in southern Wisconsin. Still on a dry trend. Hopefully we can get a bit more rain, especially for our friends to the west, but as of right now, lower 80s and still holding on to sunshine.
And coming up in sports, Giannis has off-season surgery. How long he's expected out and what his head coach had to say about the procedure. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you over 60 and want to learn the ins and outs of the Madison Metro bus system? With RSVP of Dane County and their free Bus Buddy program, you can gain independence and explore more of Madison this summer. Visit rsvpdane.org and call to sign up.
Ryder Chips, just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of George. Loved by many, feared by walleye. As part of his fishing-themed celebration, everyone in attendance accepted one of his favorite lures. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free, like the Subway Series menu. Just buy any footlong in the app and get one free.
Everyone loves free stuff, Chuck.
Can we get paid in a footlong? Get it before it's gone on the Subway app.
McGann Furniture Downtown Baraboo invites you to come in for their huge Summer Sizzler Sale. It's our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time only, take advantage of sizzling hot markdowns throughout the store. All furniture, bedding, flooring, dining room sets, and accessories marked down with the lowest prices of the year. Plus, get free delivery. Hurry in today. The huge store-wide Summer Sizzler Sale at McGann Furniture ends July 22nd. You'll be glad you did. Since 1905, McGann Furniture, Downtown Baraboo.
Are you over 60 and want to learn the ins and outs of the Madison Metro bus system? With RSVP of Dane County and their free Bus Buddy program, you can gain independence and explore more of Madison this summer. Visit rsvpdane.org and call to sign up.
He was a beast on the gridiron. Now this former Badger joins NFL legends in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
It's definitely a pinch me moment.
Joe Thomas tells News 3 Now what he treasures most about his rise to the top. Thursday at 6.
As the Bucks prepare to tip off their summer league schedule, the big news out of Milwaukee had nothing to do with that. Instead, it's been all about the two-time league MVP. Giannis recently underwent surgery on his left knee. Yes, the same knee that caused him to miss several games during the season, to clean things up in there. His status for the FIBA World Cup is unknown, but his new head coach says Giannis will be back and ready for training camp.
He had a routine surgery on his left knee, and it went great. Everything went as planned, and we expect him back ready to go in training camp.
Meanwhile, a trio of former Badgers will be playing in the NBA's Summer League over the next couple weeks. Johnny Davis, of course, will be playing for the Wizards, while Micah Potter is teaming up with the Jazz, and Aleem Ford is on the Kings roster. Davis's first game is Saturday. Ford and Potter are already a game in, and both of them play tonight. The U.S. Women's Open tees off tomorrow, and there will be a Badger on the links. Mackenzie Hahn is making her Open debut this week, and just to get to Pebble Beach, she had to survive a 4-player playoff, which she ultimately did to secure the second qualifying spot. Now, Hahn, who turned pro last year, will tee off at 3:07 our time on hole 10 and says her approach these next couple of days is simple. Just live in the moment.
You know, I'm just really enjoying the moment. I mean, it's awesome that I'm here. I'm super excited. My game feels good, so I'm just going to go out there and have fun and try to play the best golf I can and enjoy the moment.
And the Brewers looking to bounce back after an extra inning loss to the Cubs yesterday. First pitch for Game 3 of the series is set for 7:10. Adrian Hauser will be on the mound tonight for the Crew. Of course, we'll have highlights of that game coming up at 10.
All right, Zach, thank you. Let's go to Julian. Final check of the forecast.
A pleasant 10 to our forecast as we get into the next couple of days. 80s and sunshine just in time.
All right, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.